Now, you know, if you've ever listened to this show a couple of times, you know how I feel about the EPA. You know all the damage that the EPA has caused. If I have time today, I would love to play, I know it's 5 minutes, but it is so important, and I know it was done, this was done in 2007, I believe, 2007, 2008. Liberalism is not just something that has just come about overnight. This stuff has been creeping into our society for well over a century. What's happening now? It's put in overdrive. They're on cruise control. Well, we need to put up a roadblock, a big one. Now, say what you want about the Bushes, whatever. But George Bush did allow this crap, allowed this crap to go. His father allowed that Agenda 21. He opened the door for Agenda 21. This is not just a Barack Obama thing. This is not just a Democrat thing. This is a government thing that has been going on for far too long. We've been asleep. We haven't noticed it. Now people are starting to feel it. And they're like, oh, whoa, wait a minute. What do you mean, wait a minute? No, wait a minute. There's no wait a minute about it. You were on the couch with your bag of Cheetos watching the Kim Kardashian show. She finally goes off the air. You got nothing to do, and you realize, hey, what the hell? Yeah, that's what happens when you sleep. You don't know what's going on around you. Well, now the EPA comes in and they start making all these rules and regulations and mandates and fines, taking more and more jobs out of the United States, put overseas. You can't conduct business in the United States. How in the hell can you open up a business? If you can't conduct business, your government, which the EPA, as far as I'm concerned, is not part of our government. It may be a stupid agency, but it does not have the power. It does not have the government power to make legislation, period. To make matters even more friggin' worse, if you could, but yes, you can. Why? Well, liberals are in charge of it. You all remember this fraudster, the CIA impostor? He was milking the, he hoodwinked the EPA, and they believed him that he's some super secret, 007 free agent with the CIA. He's off on doing, special missions for the government. He's one of the mucky mucks up there in the EPA. Evidently, he was responsible for writing the playbook for the EPA. Here this guy is. He's milking the taxpayers. God knows how many dollars really that he milked the taxpayers for. There's estimates over millions. There's estimates in the hundreds of thousands. But if you've got the government involved and you've got somebody stealing from the government, you know it's in the millions. And it doesn't matter what it is. I don't care if it's a penny. Well, he did get thrown in the can, which he belongs. Meanwhile, all of the policies that this guy was very instrumental in creating and ensuring that they get implemented into the American society. One of them of which, you know how I feel about that goddamn light bulb. That's ridiculous. They want to save the environment, which I don't know how the hell a regular light bulb kills the environment. I don't get the connection there, but I'm a dummy, so what do I know? Oh, it uses electricity. Oh. See, they don't want you to use electricity because electricity is powered by coal, and they're trying to get rid of the coal because it's dirty. Well, what do you have to replace it? Well, we have all these ideas, and you just need to create it. Oh, but you don't know how to create it. You don't know what the answer is, but you know that they're doing it wrong, but you can't tell them how to do it right. And they're in charge. They're making policy. How can you make policy if you don't even know how to do what you're trying to implement, like Obamacare? That's another reason why they got to keep putting all these friggin' delays in there. They just can't figure out how to do it. They don't know how to do it. And the only way they know how to do it is just have the government do it all. They want that single payer. So why is he delaying it? I mean, this president doesn't make any sense. I don't understand anything that he's doing. He contradicts himself. I'm not giving in to no. I'm not going to negotiate with Republicans. We're not going to delay Obamacare. Damn it. It's the law of the land. It has been settled. Meanwhile, he's giving more and more delays, which is exactly what the Republicans asked for. That's what they wanted. That's what the American people wanted. Actually, the American people didn't want it to begin with, but we all know how that goes. We don't have a choice. We're the American people. We're the subjects. What the hell? We don't count. I mean, we haven't won any elections. We're not anybody important. We're a voter. We vote where we're told to vote for. We don't have choices. Choice. Freedom. What the hell? These smart guys, all this freedom talk. Everybody wants to be a comedian. Anyway, getting back to the scuttlebutt of the day, this John Beale, you remember him. Well, now they're finding out that he was, they're trying to get rid of these, evidently there's a 67-page report from the Republicans on the Senate Committee on Environment and Public Works, which claims that the fraudsters' role should now throw those rules into question. Well, first of all, those rules never should have been brought up. Those rules never should have been in place in the first goddamn place. That's the problem. Why was this stuff allowed to go through? This is what I don't understand. And it's our fault for sleeping. We didn't have to. Look, we've got a constitution. We're free. The government's supposed to follow the Constitution, so why the hell should we worry about it? Why should we concern ourselves with what our government is doing? Well, this is exactly why you should concern yourself with what the government is doing. And it doesn't matter what party it is. It's the government, period. Why they got to have all this power and control for what? I don't understand what the gain is. I do not understand what that prize is. To me, if I was the leader of the free world, the prize would be everybody in America is free. They can do whatever the hell they want, unless they're hurting somebody, harming somebody, stealing somebody, becoming an actual threat to society. We do not need 4 steroided up, roid rage cops coming in there, arresting 10 and 12-year-old kids for using their freaking fingers as a toy gun. You don't need to put handcuffs on these kids. I mean, what the hell's the matter with you? That's not bravery. I find that cowardice. I'm sorry. Law enforcement, look, we all want security. We all want law enforcement. We all want a police force. But you got to control your police force. First thing these guys want to do is throw you in handcuffs, taser you, throw you in handcuffs, beat you with the sticks. What the hell's the matter with you people? You know, some of you cops, you need to get your asses kicked like that a couple of times. Maybe you might understand. You don't need to be that way. Not everybody's a goddamn criminal. You got to treat people. Don't we have a innocent until proven guilty? And here this cop is beating him. Well, they disrespected me. How did they disrespect you? Because you just snuck up out of nowhere and started screaming at this guy? Give me your ID. Give me your ID. Give me your ID. He's like, what the hell's the matter with you frickin' clowns? Go screw yourself, which I don't blame him. I'd have probably told him that too. But no, you disrespected me. See this badge? See this gun? Oh, you see this? So now they got 5 guys on one guy, beating the living hell out of him until he's dead. His wife is filming it, doesn't know that he's dead. Screaming, hey, he's not moving. What are you doing to my husband? What are you doing? They just go, oh, calm down, sir. Calm down? The guy wasn't moving. How do you calm down? Calm down? My God, you got his head pressing into the concrete. Big guy's all this weight right on top of his head. Got another guy putting his knee to his head. And calm down, calm down. He ain't moving. He's probably half dead at that point. Then by the time you got him handcuffed, yeah, that was it. He's done. And they'll be able to get away with it. Probably get a medal for it, too. Oh, yeah, that's real brave of you. 5 of you. You're cowards is what you are. That's all you are is cowards. I'm sorry, but that's not what the police force is for. We all want a police force. We all want security, but we want responsible security. We don't need brown shirt security. And that's exactly what the hell that is. Law enforcement thinks because, they got a gun and they got a badge, well, who can argue with the law? Yeah, who can argue with the law? You don't have that in the law, police departments. You've just taken that. You weren't given that. You've taken that. In other words, you stole it. You've broken the law. You need probable cause before you start approaching people. And not for nothing, but if you're going to approach somebody with probable cause and they have no idea why the hell you're approaching them, could you at least explain what your probable cause is? Maybe people might be a little bit more responsive to you. See, this is how it works. You give somebody a little respect, you know what they do? They turn around and give it right back to you. But when you open up the very first thing out of the box, you give somebody disrespect, guess what they're going to give you first thing out of the box? That's right, disrespect. Respect and disrespect are both earned. And when you pull stunts like that, you don't earn any respect. Not any real respect. You might earn fear, but fear is not respect. Anyway, how the hell did we get there? Can we get back? Oh, God almighty. This is what happens. I need a shot of grog. Oh, my God. Lord of living. But yes, everything that this guy did, this light bulb, I should play this. I know it's 5 minutes, but and from being from 2008, 2007, it goes to show you how long this stuff has been implemented. Agenda 21 has been around for a long time. You didn't know that. Clinton, he got his little magic pen out with his little executive orders. Which, I'm sorry, but that executive order clause, first of all, it's not an executive order clause. That's not what there is no real executive order. What they consider as an executive order has the right for executive orders is bogus. That's BS. I'm sorry, but I don't buy that. You do not have to be a constitutional scholar to recognize that's not what that means. But if you are going to give that power to the president, it must be clearly, and I mean absolutely clearly defined, meaning these are your exact parameters. You are not allowed to go out of them. And they must be for situations that, that are needed. We can't have this executive order privilege when we're going to have people like this president here, presidents in the past, take advantage of that, and they're allowed to take advantage of it. There's nothing says that they can't, which should be clearly understood. But again, you can't write common sense into law. You can't put that in there. You have to either have it or you don't. Well, now we have to find a way to put it in there. So we need to put parameters, restrictions, guidelines. You can't go past here. You can't do it for this. You can't do it for that. You must take away the power from the president. That's not the role of the president. People are involved. The citizens must be involved in their government. But the people haven't been involved in many, many years. It's not about what the people want, what the people think. That's irrelevant. I mean, we're only a republic, a democracy. What the hell do the people, what the hell do they matter? People? We can't be citizens. Oh, come on. And these subjects, I mean, who the hell are they? Come on. They don't have any rights, for God's sakes. Rights for what? Government. We're the ones who won the election. We're the ones who went to college. We're the ones with pieces of paper on with our names on it, and we got important titles on our business cards. Not them. They work for us. No, that's not how it works. This is our government, not yours. We do have the power. We just haven't been exercising it, and that's been our problem. We got no one to blame but ourselves. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people don't like to look at it that way. Oh, it was the Republicans' fault. No, it was the Democrats' fault. No, it was both. No, it was us. We allowed the Republicans and the Democrats to do this. Look, if you're going to allow, children to run hog wild, they're going to do it. When I was a kid and I got an opportunity to run absolutely wild, crazy, damn skippy, I took it. Why wouldn't I? I'm a kid. I just got done eating a bag of candy. I'm all wired for sound. Hell. So you got to put restrictions. You got to put guidelines, our restrictions. Because every time they violate something, they're violating us. Forget about what's written in on some piece of paper. I can write anything on a piece of paper. What the hell does that mean? But it's the violations against us that I have a problem with. And we got a lot of those to cover today. If I could ever shut up and get past it, I haven't even read, one paragraph. It's all right. We got a lot to talk about today. We're going to talk about it all. So the report now is a product of months of research. Months of research. Into the case of the Beale. This guy have you seen the picture of this dude? He looks like a pedophile to me. I hate to put kind of aspersions like that on there, and I know that's probably wrong. But what he did to the American people, the restrictions that he put on the American people, this light bulb, this toxic, mercury-laden, baby-killing light bulb that he put in place. I'm sorry, but the man looks like a pedophile to me. You can see, the beady eyes, man. Remember that. You can't trust people with beady eyes or if they're a soft speaker. Those soft talkers, man, you can't trust them. Them and those beady eyes, man. You got to look for it. You got to look at people in the eyes, man. He looks like a creep. I'm sorry, but he does. He looks like a creep. He belongs in prison. I'm sure he's going to be somebody's baby real soon, if he's not already. Yeah, he's a pretty baby, isn't he? Yeah. I don't feel sorry for him. So they had months of research into the case of Beale, a top official. Again with the officials. These are important people. They're an official. The official in the Office of Air and Radiation. Speaking of radiation, we got a story today we're going to get to radiation. We got all kinds of stories, but I can never get to them. Who was sentenced to prison in December for defrauding the agency with his CIA lie. Yes, we know about that. It details Beale's role in crafting an aggressive regulatory approach, which the report dubs the EPA Playbook. which means these are now the new rules that you must follow. I mean, I'm wondering if these people, I'm not being facetious, I'm not being sarcastic, but I'm wondering if these people didn't take a lot of LSD when they were, younger, and were tripping out, and the brain is a little bit melted. Somehow they find a way to get up on top and get involved into the EPA and lie their way to be a CIA agent. I mean, you got to be still half tripping on something to even. This is a weird dude. God only knows what he was doing up in those cabins of his. He had a cabin and this and that. He'd be on vacation, milking the American taxpayer. He's on vacation over there, taking everybody's light bulbs away from them, taking away industries away from people so they no longer have jobs. Oh, yeah, this guy's doing an important work. Oh, yeah, the CIA, super secret CIA mission he's on. Yeah, he's up in wherever his stupid cabin was on a lake. That's an important mission, all right. You betcha, Red Ryder. Ultimately, the guiding principle behind the playbook is the principle that the ends will justify the means. Well, look, sometimes the ends can justify the means, but you got to pick and choose those moments, and they're not. You can't take away people's rights and liberties and freedoms away and call that security. You can't take away people's rights, liberties, and freedoms and call that safe for the environment. As long as the Democrats make out, as long as they're making money and they're okay, people are donating to them, then everything is fine. The legislation is perfect. But if anybody else, say the Republicans, people start donating to the Republicans because, well, they like the people on the right, and they're eventually, this 2014 had better be a much different looking Republican Party. The country depends on it. I'm sorry. You know that I don't believe in parties. I believe parties are for corruption and corruption purposes only. But our only chance to get people in there, responsible people in there, is through the Republican Party. And the only way to do that is we've got to clean house. We've got to get rid of the Peter Kings. We've got to get rid of the McConnells and the McCains, the Lindsey Grahams, the Daryl Ices now, who broke my heart. I don't care what your reason is. You didn't help anybody. What you did, Mr. Issa, those 28 Republicans, those House member Republicans who voted for that cloture to go through, and they knew they had the votes in the Senate because Harry Reid took care of that. We don't need 60 votes anymore. Now we just need 50. Yeah, but you don't have the power to do that. It's in the Constitution. Oh, Constitution. We haven't used that damn thing in years. What the hell? Oh, there's this joker over here, but come on. He's a freshman senator. What the hell does he know? Constitution. Don't you know we don't use that document no more? It's antiquated. It's racist. It's homophobicist and misogynistist. So David Vitter, the Republican from Louisiana, top Republican is what they call it, the top. He must be an important Republican. The top Republican on the committee. Whoa. Committee. Again, what has committees ever gotten us? Where do we get with all these committees? Huh? Anybody get a job from a committee? You did? Oh. Anybody get a meal on the table for the whole family from a committee? You did? Wow. Anybody get health care from a committee? Well, we did get Obamacare, but I wouldn't exactly call that health care since nobody can get actual health care because the insurance plan now doesn't cover it. But it'll give you free contraception and give you a free abortion. You can have that, but you can't have this chemotherapy, which has been around for, well, a few decades now, and it's been pretty successful. They're getting better and better at it. Now, all of a sudden, we can't use it. The insurance company won't pay. Why would an insurance company not pay for chemotherapy? Well, because it's Obamacare. Nobody thought of it. It's not on the list. Well, what is on the list? Well, we'll pay to have your corns and bunions removed. But that tumor, nah, doesn't cover it. Yeah, you can do what the president said. Here, take a couple of painkillers and go to sleep. I mean, the nerve of that guy. Why would he say that? Well, you shouldn't listen to your doctor and get chemotherapy and get operations. Maybe all you need is just a couple of painkillers and just go to sleep.